are many names rolling in the end credits of any movie, big or small. Next to their name is their job title, but not everyone knows what these jobs mean. This series will attempt to explain and demonstrate what these people do. The Director of Photography, also known as the DP or DOP. The DP is someone who is responsible for the process of photographing a scene in the manner desired by the director. The Director of Photography has a number of possible duties: selection of film stock, cameras and lenses, designing and selecting lighting, directing the gaffer's placement of lighting, shot composition in consultation with the director, film developing, and film printing. On larger shoots, the DP often does not even touch the camera, and that job is done by a camera operator. The difference between a cinematographer and a director of photography depends on the situation. The most common distinction is that a cinematographer is a director of photography that operates his own camera, but that isn't always true. The assistant camera, aka assistant camera operator, first assistant cameraman, and camera assistant. The assistant cameraman is a member of the camera crew who assists the camera operator. This person is responsible for the maintenance and care of the camera, placing it where the DP wants in between shots, etc. In smaller camera crews, they may also perform the duties of clapper loader and/or a focus puller. The clapper loader is a crew member who loads film or tape into the camera. On film, this person loads film negative into the magazines and unloads exposed film for processing. On a video shoot, this is now for loading and unloading tapes or dealing with copying footage from hard drives or data cards like P2 or compact flash or SD. They are also responsible for slating with the clapper. The focus puller is the person in the camera department that adjusts the focal length on the lens during a shoot for the camera operator. This job often entails making sure the focus plane is correct when shifting focus from one subject to another. Like all departments on set, the smaller the shoot, many of these jobs get combined into fewer people. Oftentimes, a DP is his own focus puller, or an assistant cameraman loads and slates, etc. Sound is 50% of the experience of a movie. Recording the audio on set is the responsibility of the sound department. The sound recordist, aka tape recorder operator, is a member of the sound crew responsible for operating the audio recording equipment on a set. They record to tape or straight to computer files. The primary goal is to record the dialogue on set, as most of the other sounds will be re-recorded later or used to create a music and effects track without dialogue later. The boom operator is a member of the sound crew who operates the boom microphone. The boom operator will twist or move the mic to record the dialogue. Once primary filming in each location is nearing finish, the sound department will record the ambient sound of each place, and it's called room tone. Even when things are supposedly quiet, each place has a distinct sound, whether it be a lawnmower or air conditioner or whatever makes the unique audio of that place. It's important to record some of that for use in editing later. The script supervisor is also known as the continuity person, and during the golden age of Hollywood, they used the term script girl since it was considered a woman's job back then. The script supervisor makes all the notes while the recording is in progress and between takes. A script supervisor can keep track of all the cameras and write down what is seen by each camera. A script supervisor watches the monitor, usually with the director, and takes notes on everything in the shots as they appear and sound. Notes are written as to which takes the director likes and possible continuity errors, such as mismatched hand gestures, misplacement of props in a scene, or simple things like how much liquid is left in a glass, or any changes to lines in a scene. Straight or squiggly lines on the dialogue of the script indicate whether or not the actors are visible or not seen in the shot. All information must match from the slate, so everything from the shoot translates correctly for post-production and editing. And that is what a script supervisor does. The art department is the section of a production's crew concerned with visual artistry. Working under the supervision of the production designer and/or art director, the art department is responsible for arranging the overall look of the film, i.e. modern, high-tech, rustic, futuristic, etc. as desired by the director. Individual positions within this department include production designer, production buyer, special effects supervisor, draftsman, art director, assistant art director, set decorator, set dresser, property master, lead man, swing gang, and property assistant. The production assistant, aka set production assistant, PA, or gopher. This is a person responsible for various odd jobs on set, which could include such disparate tasks as running errands, stopping traffic, acting as couriers, fetching items from craft service, etc. Tasks and levels of responsibility can vary greatly, depending on the size of the movie, the needs of the crew, and the skills of the individual PAs themselves. Production assistants are often assigned to individual departments.
One of the most misunderstood jobs on a movie set is the assistant directors. The ADs do not assist with working with the actors in their performances, nor are they coffee-getting assistants to the director. The ADs are responsible for the scheduling of all cast and crew members of the entire shoot. The first assistant director is responsible for preparation of the shooting schedule and the script breakdown used to plan the shooting of a film or a television series. The AD works directly with the producer to manage the daily operations on the set during filming, as well as coordinating the necessary communication of details of future operations as the filming progresses. The first AD also tracks the progress of filming versus the production schedule, observing all rules related to union crafts, labor, contracts, and location agreements, maintaining safety on the working set, and working with the unit production manager to keep operational costs within the budgeted plan. A second assistant director is responsible for information distribution, reporting, and cast notification. And preparations during the shooting process, recording of all information relating to the working hours of the crew and cast, management of the extras, preparation of call sheets, production reports, and other documentation. On shoots with a lot of actors, the second AD's main job is getting actors to and from set on time and keeping them aware of any schedule changes. On really large shoots, there are sometimes a second assistant director or a third assistant director who takes on the responsibilities of the AD department, working with large crowds. The grip and electric department are a group of people who work toward the look of the film. They work with the director of photography and the cinematographer to create the mood of the lighting. A grip is responsible for the setup, adjustment, and maintenance of the production equipment on the set. Their typical duties involve camera movement, lighting, refinement, and mechanical rigging. The key grip works closely with the director of photography and the gaffer to sculpt the desired look of the film by diffusing and shaping the light. The key grip is also in charge of camera movement, whether on a dolly, camera crane, or mounted on the hood or bumper of a vehicle. A dolly grip is a grip that moves a dolly. The gaffer, also known as the chief lighting technician, is the head of the grip and electric department, responsible for the lighting and the planning of the shoot. In the early 20th century, most movies used natural light, which they covered up with a large cloth using poles called gaffs. Depending on the size of your movie, the budget, and the number of people that you have to work with, the G&A jobs often get combined.
What is a producer? No job on a movie set is less defined than producer. It is the most underrated and overrated title people can get. They're either the most unappreciated, hardworking guy in a movie, or someone who just happened to do something seemingly innocuous, but without that act, the movie never would have been made. Because of the micro-budget tiny shoots that have become so common, the job of director and producer have fused into one. But when the productions get bigger and those two functions have to be separated, a lot of confusion ensues. The producer controls a project from inception to marketing. There are all kinds of producers: co-producers, associate producers, executive producers, co-executive producer, unit production managers, line producers, and even more titles. On an Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie from the 80s, one of the on-screen credits is a co-producer whose sum total work on the film was that he was the hairstylist who the producer had hand Arnold the script. That earned him a co-producer credit. Kevin Smith, on several of his books, states he is the co-executive producer of an Oscar-winning film. The movie in question is Good Will Hunting. Here's the sum total work that he did on that film. Kevin called Harvey Weinstein from the set of Chasing Amy and told him that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck had a script he should read. Harvey said okay, and they hung up. Ta-da! He just co-executive produced an Oscar-winning film. In both of these examples, Do they deserve these lofty co-producer titles? Yes! The movie never would have been made without them. The directors usually get the big credit by the press and the public, but the producers are the unsung heroes. Without Scott Mosier, there is no Kevin Smith. Without Lawrence Bender, we wouldn't know who Quentin Tarantino was. We may have recognized Ron Howard, and he would forever be Opie or Richie Cunningham if not for his producer, Brian Grazer.